Guys, are you tired of waking up to the sound of that freaking alarm clock? Knowing that you have a jam-packed day of client calls, site visits, emails ahead of you, and just the whole nine. I know you're constantly hustling, but your bank account is just not reflecting all of the hard work that you're putting in. And let's be honest, guys, you're starting to feel a little burnt out, even though it's still early in 2025. You love your business, but wouldn't it be amazing to really make money even when you're not working? I mean, like literally making money in your sleep. What if I told you that is definitely possible? And what if I told you that there's a way to reach more clients without adding more hours to your already jam-packed schedule? Well, keep listening, guys, because I'm about to spill the tea. Welcome back to Raising the Bar podcast. And this is the only draping podcast, guys, that's going to have you making more money moves just like the boss that you are. It's your girl, Precious Stevens, the Draping Queen. And honey, today we're talking about digital love. No, not that kind of love. Get your mind out the gutter. But I'm talking about the kind that's going to have your bank account really overflowing with cash, even while you're catching those Z's. Guys, we're talking about e-courses, online sales, digital products, and everything in between that's really going to take your business to the next level in 2025. So I want you guys to put on your CEO hats and get ready to make it rain, because this is one episode that you just don't want to miss. All right, guys, but before we get started, I got a question. One, have you ever thought about creating a digital product? And if you did, what is that product that you want to create? I know a lot of us creatives, guys, have all of these ideas, and we keep hearing about people talk about digital products and digital money, but you know, we kind of keep it just in the back of our head thinking, hey, I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do. Well, we're about to put that to an end. Let's jump in. So first thing first, guys, why should you go digital in the first place? And I'm here to tell you, baby, it will change everything how you've seen it before. For one, I talk about time, guys, being my most precious commodity. And guess what? It's yours as well. I mean, let's just look at it. You are busy. You got a booming business. Even if your business is not thriving, we're just going to claim it and we're going to call it into existence. So you don't have a small business or a little business. You have a booming business. But the thing about having a booming business or a business that is thriving is that you cannot be everywhere at one time. And that is where the beauty of digital products come in. They actually allow you guys to scale your business and grow without adding more hours to your day. I swear, when I got into digital products maybe 7 years ago, I honestly didn't know really what I was getting into. I didn't know the power of digital products until it became tax time. And I remember my first platform where I stayed like the entire year on this platform. I remember having to download my documents. And once I realized how much money I made, I was like, I was just floored. I swear, I kid you not. But making the digital products is, for me anyway, it was kind of like cloning myself, but without all of the drama with it. I was able to serve more people at the same time with virtual products than I could in a physical class. And that was one of the main things I actually liked about it. When I first got in, it was for me around COVID. Yeah, that was around the time I first started getting into digital products, because we were set to like go on tour and take my draping classes on the road. COVID happened and shut that down. So here I am, you know, the brainiac that I think I am. I'm like, well, it's got to be more than one way to skin a cat. I still had people that wanted to learn this thing. And the whole thing of being able to do it from the comfort of your own home just seemed like an amazing idea. And quite frankly, it was. I created I think I ended up having my class online. I did like a virtual training. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was not in love with this virtual training. I wasn't, because it was like in real time. And that's one thing I don't like about live trainings when it's something extensive like what we're doing, because it's in real time. And the whole setup and takedown and positioning, that within itself take a lot of time. That's why I like recording my tutorials, because I could get to the part that people need to see. No one need to see fabric being shimmied around and carried around and uprights going up and down. Nobody need to see that. That part's not interesting. So when I did the first class, I did not really like that part. It was like a bunch of lag time when, let's just say in between segments, and I'm taking down a design to put up another design. And guys, this class ended up taking all freaking day. I kid you not, because I just was doing so much on camera. And that was my first time also. But needless to say, it was still an enjoyable class because the ladies that were there on it, they were still highly engaged. I don't know how they were there that entire time. I'm talking at least 7 hours, like engaged in this class. But for me, it was like watching paint dry. I swear, I kid you not. But once I did it and I started really determining the things I liked and the things I didn't like so I could craft a better experience for my viewer, I really started to fall in love with creating these courses because they just wanted something that they can view and learn techniques and get better and enhance their craft. I wanted to still hit my income goals, even though COVID shut me down. So with the whole creating these courses, I just fell in love with it. And it became for me an additional, not even an additional, for that period, it was like my primary source of income. And when I got to the end of the year and had to download my documents, I believe I made like $65,000. It was like $63,000, something like that, just off of digital products, guys. And I was like, I couldn't believe it because seeing it, I don't really check, like, you know how people check how much they make in every month. I don't really do that. And I just was in the thing. I just was staying busy. And when I went to look at like the dashboard part and it was that amount, I was floored because that was like double the amount I was making at my job, like at my regular 9 to 5. So that was really exciting for me. And I was beginning to understand that the simpler, the better. I could create the content and I'm giving them fast wins. And then before you know it, I just was dishing out virtual tutorials like left and right. And this was a really good way to generate passive income and also, just really serving my audience at a level that they needed at that time. So main thing, guys, is if you're thinking about it, one thing I don't want you to do is overthink it. Don't overthink it. I want you to start with something super freaking simple. It don't got to be pretty. It don't got to be perfect. That is not what we're going for here. I want you to think and ask yourself, what is one question that people, your clients, your network, your peers, what is one thing that people ask you all the time? Because that's how it happened for me. It was just this thing around draping that people kept asking me all the time. So if you think of it that way, that'll be the easiest stuff that you can create. That'll be the easiest ebook. That'll be the easiest course. That'll be the easiest, whatever it is that you can actually create and sell on autopilot, sell evergreen. Like every day, this thing could be generating money for you, right? And we're not talking about it got to be like thousands of dollars, but just imagine you could sell a $29 product. You just sell 3 a day on autopilot. That's $100 a day. So this is how I want you guys to get in the habit of starting to think, how could passive income or how could digital products really change your business and give you the income needed so that now you can invest in your business. Now you could do the things that's necessary for you to get to that next level. And that brings us to part 2, guys. And part 2 is all about knowing how to actually create a winning digital product. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not about being fancy. Like I just told you, I see people jump into these digital streets a lot. And I see people jump back out because they overcomplicate things. And then before you know it, guess what? It's overwhelming and they don't want to do it. But I want you to, guys, I really, really, really want you to understand that creating a digital product does not have to be overwhelming and it does not have to be complicated. I'm trying to tell you, you don't need to be a tech whiz. You don't need to be a graphic design guru, artist, whatever it is. The one thing that you need to do in order to have a winning product is solve a freaking problem. That's it. People will pay for a solution. I don't care how much time you put into the logo. It's cute. It look cool. But what do it solve? What do it fix? You need to think of these problems. Like, what are people in your network? What are they struggling with? In your ecosystem, your peers, what are they struggling with? What is it that keeps them up at night? And I want you to think of things that people talk about all the time. They're looking for answers. Guys, this is something, if you create something based around that and give them the answer, you will reek in sales so freaking fast, your head will spin. I'm trying to tell you. Prime example, me with 2025, getting back into, I rededicated my, just my brand to my YouTube channel, to my content, like just really centered around my content, because that's how a lot of you guys actually found me, was through my content. So we recommitted it this year to content. Focused on draping, helping people get to that next level in draping. I know it's a lot of people, surprisingly, was very overwhelmed with simple stuff. They were overwhelmed with not knowing what fabric to use. They was overwhelmed with not knowing how to pair their colors on their design. And guys, I'm like, oh, this is for me, it comes so easy because I've been doing it for so long. But you got to think about the people that's just getting in, and these are just different points of conflict where they cannot figure it out. And it was not a lot, even though I got videos out there on these topics, they're old, guys. I haven't made videos on these kind of topics in like 4 or 5 years. So I'm like, okay. And things have changed and evolved in the industry. So this is a perfect time to come up with an influx of new content, fresh solutions. Now, not only am I attracting new people, but I'm also taking people that have been with me, I'm taking them on the journey still. Like, we're still traveling on this journey. So those simple issues, I said I want to get back into doing my virtual tutorials, but I didn't want to do a full-fledged $2,000 program. I didn't want to do that because it takes a lot of time. It just takes a lot to really build out that amazing kind of a program. So I said, well, let me focus on the bite-sized tutorials, the bite-sized trainings, so I could give them a quick win. If you're struggling with color, bam, here's your training. If you're struggling with pleating, bam, here's your training. If you're struggling with swags, here's your training. And that way, collectively, they're in control of what it is that they learn, as opposed to selling this whole flushed out program. And some people may not need 70% of it because they are already advanced. So being able to do it this way, I saw an immediate shift and people just signing back up for my programs, people, rejoining the YouTube memberships and things like that, because now it's new content, and these are centered around what they need. So it was like a freaking genius idea. And because I'm back in love with the industry, because I am, because just so many amazing things happening, I see us getting some recognition. Like, it's a lot, is some recognition happening now. Like, people is beginning to know and understand and respect the power of draping. So that just made it super interesting for me. But since I've been creating these trainings, guys, people have been purchasing them. They're bite sized. They come on the training. They could do it live. I do 2 a month. I do 2 a month. They can come on the training live and, view the training live and have access to me to ask their questions, or they could get access to the replay. And come to find out, they really found these to be super helpful. So anytime I have my audience or people in my programs, I get the feedback that they find this to be helpful, I'm going to do more of that, because there's no sense in doing things that people don't want, or it's not really helping no one. That's like the worst feeling ever. I don't know about y'all, but that's not like things that excites you about your brand. So again, guys, this is something that I just started offering it here in January, and every other week we're doing virtual trainings live inside of Raising the Bar Mentorship. Again, you could do it live or you could watch the replay. And these young ladies have said they found it to be very helpful, especially the live sessions, because you're there live and get the extra questions while you're thinking about it. If you catch the replay, you can still ask the question in the portal, but it's nothing like that live access. So if that sounds like something that would benefit you guys, check it out down in the description, because that is where I left the link for you guys if you want to sign up. So again, main thing with this training, guys, I want you to realize the simple is better. Simple solutions sell. I like that. I didn't even really have that. I wasn't planning on saying that, but they do. Simple solutions sell, because people want to be able to overcome this thing that they're struggling with. So I want you guys to pick one topic. This is your actionable tip. This is something I want you to do. so that you can start generating this additional income. I want you to pick one topic. Don't overthink it. I don't care how simple it sounds. I'm trying to tell you, I got a training that's on color. I got a training that's on swags. I got a training that's on balances. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that someone needs it. I want you to create a quick outline. It don't got to be, a whole bunch of bullet points. It don't got to be that. Just main thing that you're doing here is gathering your knowledge. Start building your digital vault. Start building your digital. I'm trying to tell you, in the beginning, if you just brainstorm and think about the things that people are talking about, before you know it, you will have a whole product suite. When I got into this whole digital product things, I clearly didn't think I would have a whole suite. I was thinking maybe 3 tutorials, maybe. Now I have maybe about 20. I got 20 something tutorials, and this is all old stuff. This is not none of the new stuff that I'm creating now. The main thing I want you guys to realize is how easy it is, and then how addictable it becomes, because you're operating in your craft, which makes it exciting. And then you're helping people in the process, not to mention you're getting paid. That always makes it worthwhile. So I want you guys to definitely do that, to start realizing how you have solutions at your fingertips that people need today. Trust me, guys. The hardest part here is getting started. Once you put your ideas to paper and you kind of start seeing how things just come to life, it's like something in you is just going to open up. Again, if you need any support getting started, I want you to check out that link down in the description for Raising the Bar mentorship. That way you can have access to me and the rest of the mentees. And we meet every week, but we do skill set training twice a month, and we do business coaching twice a month. So every week you're getting a different kind of training. And I want to ask you guys a question. While you're thinking about this, while I'm talking about it, what is coming to your head? What is coming to your mind? What is the one topic that you could teach or that you could share people that they're always asking you about? It don't matter what it is, whatever it is, I want you to tell me down in the comments, because believe it or not, it's probably something that's already been done that may need to be improved on. Or it's a common, you'll start finding out how common these things are. Because a lot of the issues that people are facing in our industry or with your potential clients, it's the same stuff that so many other people struggle with. So you never know who's watching this video. Someone may be viewing that you are about to launch a solution for their problem. So tell me down in the comments, guys. And that brings us to step 3. Guys, this is where the fun happens. And that's all about promoting your digital product. At the end of the day, I want you to get in the habit of shouting it from the rooftops. I mean, promote your stuff as if your life depended on it. And I'm being really serious. Promote it as if your life depended on it. I have worked with so many people. We will go through and do all of the work. We get the digital product up and going. And when you're actually depending on the how technical your course is or how much you put into it, it can take a while to build out. Just depends on how you have it set up. And it is nothing worse than having all of this done, all your videos done, your training is ready to go, and you don't hit the go button and allow yourself to launch it. I get it, because I've been there before as well, thinking, oh, nobody gonna buy it. So now you're scared and fearful of this rejection. Baby, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing the people that you can potentially help a disservice, all by letting fear rob you of the opportunity. I want you to realize that if it's a problem, and you know that this is a problem out in the universe or in your marketplace, and you have the solution, you're not living up to your fullest potential. I just want you to know that resonated with somebody. I don't know who, but that resonated with somebody. But when you get to it, when you go through the thing and you create this amazing digital product that's going to save some people a whole lot of heartache, shout it to the rooftops. Let the world know what you've got. Share it on your social media. Share it in your email list. Tell your grandma. I'm trying to tell you that everybody know your grandma. They don't even be knowing what the issues are, like what your product is about, but they're going to support you. So tell everybody in your network that you possibly can, because you just never know. Everybody needs to know about this genius digital product that you have. When I launched this, my trainings this year, guys, I was not going to let people know, because realistically, I was creating something because I wanted to serve the people that I already work with. I wanted to serve them at a deeper level. So I was like, well, what else can I provide them? And I just started listening to things that they were struggling with. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I could do this. I could do that. But then when I found out and heard how helpful it was to them, I'm like, well, it's people that's not in my program that can benefit from this as well, because I was just going to put it in a vault and leave these trainings specifically for these guys. But then once other people that's not in the program started buying it, I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. That's an easy way to just generate recurring revenue and solve a problem that is in my industry. So first thing I did was offered a special discount to like all my past clients, thanking them for their loyalty. I always if I have a price, I will honor it, because these guys been around for a long time. So not only did they snatch it up, but they ended up telling other people too. I'm trying to tell you, word of mouth marketing is one of the best forms of marketing that there is. People will instantly get something because someone referred it, because they trust them. They trust that person. So this was something that really, the idea that I had going into running these trainings, it changed the entire idea, and it allowed me to serve a bigger market. Now I'm, some of the trainings are here on YouTube inside the membership. Now that I'm knowing that these are things that people are struggling with today, I'm like, okay, even with our draping tours, it's this new wave that had hit called Baroque draping, even though this draping has been around, but it hasn't been that prominent within our culture. So now that it hit, it was like, I even with me going on tour, I did not think I would be incorporating this design into any of my classes because it wasn't really popular. And so I thought it would be a harder sell. So I just didn't do it. But then when I had some of my veteran alumni students coming to me and saying, I keep getting these requests. Look, coach, we need a class. I was like, okay, say less. Not to mention that was very exciting to just be able to incorporate that because it's different. So I'm super excited for the classes for 2025. I really am. It's like a breath of fresh air. But the main thing here is by listening to the people. If you have peers and you have design friends or you have potential clientele, they are going to tell you exactly what they're struggling with. And if it's in your capacity to help or to provide the solution, it would be in your best business sense to create it. Okay, so here, guys, the only thing I want you guys to do and think about with this is think about how can you sell this thing. So some of you guys now, you're really leveling up with the systems and things like that, and I love it. Go and don't overthink this thing. Only thing you need is a buy. You need a way for people to buy it. I keep hearing this question circulate in a lot of the groups that I'm in. And it's always, how I'm going to sell it, how I'm going to sell it, how I'm going to sell it. Guys, there's so many different inexpensive and free apps out there or platforms that you could sell these digital products on. The main thing, don't look for this beautified website, especially if you ain't there yet. If you ain't there yet, you ain't there yet. Make some money first. Let's make some money from these, from these products, and then go invest in this beautiful website. But now, go get yourself a Beacons. Go get yourself a Stand Store. Some people even still use Gumroad. Go get yourself a Gumroad. Any of those different mediums will work for you to be able to sell your product. You need a way for the people to pay you, and you need a way to deliver the product. And any of those, along with other ones, that they work perfectly. So again, don't overthink it. I want you guys to just really make it super simple for people to hit the buy button, so you can start generating that revenue and stop doing some different things in your business, within your business, or within your life, period. The opportunities are endless when you're no longer thinking, where's the money going to come from? When you kind of just have an influx, you're waking up to money every day, your life tend to look a little different. The things that are on your mind tend to be a little different as opposed to the envelopes that are coming in the mail, the light bill, and especially with what's happening now, baby, I don't know what the light bill gonna be, what that amount gonna be next month. I don't know. But thankfully, with me being knee deep in digital products, I ain't got to worry about that one. Okay. So I want you guys down in the comments, those of you that you may have still on this podcast and you still thinking and you still have some fears, I want you to tell me, what is that fear? What is that fear or what is that concern that you have around going digital? 'Cause I'm trying to tell you, it will be one of the best decisions you will ever freaking make. Tell me in the comments below, guys. All right, guys, that is a wrap on today's episode. I want you guys to remember that going digital isn't just about the future. It's not just the future. It is now. And people are moving and shaking now. I want you to know and understand that you can start small. You can create something helpful. And I want you to realize how you will be able to just watch your business grow like never before. If I didn't tap into digital products or other streams of income that where I make money in my sleep, passive streams, I probably would be burnt out having to actively do things in order for me to make money, having to actively go have a class or having to actively work with coaching clients all the time. I probably would be burnt out. But the simple fact that I don't have to do that and I get to pick my schedule, I get to pick when I want to go on tour, I get to pick what cities I want to go to, I get to pick what coaching clients I want to work with. That's all because the beauty of the passive income side balances out my income, so I have that freedom and that flexibility to make wiser decisions. So I want you guys to definitely be ready to dive headfirst into the digital world and create a passive stream of income, because it will flow. It will flow like a champagne fountain, I'm trying to tell you. Then the next thing I need y'all to do, I told you guys about it earlier. I need you to go ahead and sign up for Raising the Ball Mentorship. Guys, I have jam-packed this program with everything for people that are trying to level up in the draping industry. We'll take your ideas, turn them into digital gold, build a business that's unstoppable, because that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. Really being in an area or in at a level where you can actually thrive and not just survive. I want you to look down in the description for that link and any other information you need surrounding the program. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to hit me up. That email is down in the description as well. All right, guys, so if you have not already done so, I need you to give this podcast a thumbs up. Share it with some of your industry friends and let them know what we're doing over here in the draping world. Let them know how we're taking things to the next level and how we're trying to put draping on the map and increase the visibility so that we get the respect we deserve. And don't forget to hit that notifications bell, because next week we're tackling something that every creative entrepreneur faces at some point, and that is imposter syndrome. Guys, I've been there, done that, wrote a book on it. We're going to talk about how to push past the self-doubt and really own your expertise like the queen or king that you are. I don't want you guys to miss it. Until then, stay fabulous, keep slant, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.